Hi, how are you doing today? Hi honey, could you tell me where to find the latest book by, what's her name? Lisa, she's from here, she's always on the CBC. Lisa Moore. Can you tell me where to find Lisa Moore's latest book? I can't tell you how many times when doing book signings I have been mistaken for a bookstore employee and asked questions about where to find somebody else's books. Happens all the time. And the first few times you explained, isn't it ironic that you've come here looking for the works of popular Newfoundland author Lisa Moore, and instead of asking an actual bookstore employee, you've asked a fellow Newfoundland writer who's not nearly as popular and successful as Lisa Moore, and who's frankly a little bit jealous of her success. And after a certain point, you just go with it. Hi honey, could you tell me where to find Lisa Moore's latest book? They're right over there, the huge, tall display that's, taller than you or me. You can't miss them. Oh Ma, you write books? You wrote all these books? That's fabulous. And set right here in Newfoundland. Well, I don't blame you, my dear, because we got some fascinating stories here. I've always wanted to tell someone my life story. It's the most amazing thing. It would make a fantastic book. You won't believe it. To be honest, this has never happened to me, or very rarely. But I have a friend who swears it happens to her all the time whenever she does book signings. The fact is, everybody thinks they have a great story, and somehow they want to rope you into that rather than talking about, or perhaps buying, the book that you're actually trying to promote. My father was captain of a fishing schooner, right? And it went down off the Grand Banks, and father was lost and all the crew, but he came back as a ghost, and he haunted mother and he haunted our house. So I was raised by my widowed mother and my ghost father, and it wasn't easy, let me tell you. Mom had a hard time. 13 of us under the one roof, only 2 bedrooms, and I'd come down at night starving, my dear, looking for a snack in the kitchen because there was never enough to eat, never enough to go around. And I'd go in the kitchen and there'd be ghost father sitting there in his rocker having a beer and a smoke, only not really, because of course he couldn't actually ingest anything, but he used to go through the motions, right, because it reminded him of when he was alive. And he'd be just like he was when he was on the beer when he was alive, and he'd get up and go like to beat me, but he couldn't really, because he couldn't make physical contact with anyone really. It was hard for mother too, in a way, in a different way. That is fascinating. That is a better story than anything I could ever come up with. That's it. I'm giving up the whole book writing thing. All I want is to listen to you forever. So hey, how's it going? Are you writing any new books these days? In theory, the reason this perennial question is so annoying is because there's only one possible answer. Yeah, I am actually working on something new. I'm writing something because I'm a writer, and that's the thing I do. Kind of in the same way that you're a dentist, and every time we meet, I don't ask you, hey, fixed any teeth lately? Because I know that that's what you do, and it would be really inane to ask you whether you're still doing the thing that you do. In reality, the reason it's so annoying is that there's another possible answer. So hey, how's it going? Are you writing any new books these days? Yeah, no, actually I'm not. I'm not working on anything new right now because my last book didn't sell all that well, and I'm not really sure the publisher is going to want to take a chance on me again. And I have an idea for another book, but every time I sit down to write, all I can do is stare at the screen until I'm overwhelmed with feelings of my own shame and inadequacy, and I don't want to live anymore. But thanks for asking. Hi, I was hoping we could talk about my role in your novel. I know when you planned it out, I was supposed to be a fairly conservative administrative assistant, and I'm supposed to be pining after Derek, the love of my life. It's not really working for me. Now, I know that writers say characters take over the story and have a mind of their own, and that sounds kind of sketchy to non-writers because it sounds like you're doing some kind of bizarre automatic writing or something, which, believe me, does not happen, at least not to me. Maybe it's happening to other people. When I say characters have a mind of their own, what I mean is, okay, so I want her to be this buttoned-up administrative assistant type, and I write the scene like that, and I write her love scene with Derek, and the scene just doesn't work. It has no spark. I'm just kind of feeling we could loosen me up a little bit, have a little more fun with my image, maybe a fun, punkier color hair, a little bit more fun glasses. Oh, and also, the whole thing with Derek, I'm not feeling it. But John, what a hottie. I know he's only a minor character, but if we could just bump him up a little bit, get me a few more scenes with him, that'd be awesome. Don't worry, I will still be an administrative assistant. As long as it's a marketing firm, because that's kind of cool. But I throw in a little pink hair dye, toss her in a room with John, and all of a sudden there's chemistry, there's excitement, the scene is working. That's the direction the character wants to take it. Also, could I maybe be, a pirate? Arr! I think I want to be a pirate. I'm sorry. There are times when you just have to draw the line.